This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com. So let's keep it going here. We know what's next. He's going to be rehabbed and he is going to come back. Before we talk about that, while he's down and out in training, I'm sure Jim Ross is keeping in touch with him. Are you in touch with Dr. Death at all while he's off TV?
Oh yeah. Just, again, you're trying to keep his spirits up and get him back as soon as possible. So we both were. And again, Steve's a good fucking dude.
Yeah.
So you're just kind of checking on him.
So what were you thinking creatively? It makes the Observer here that we're talking early 99 here. Quote, Steve Williams is ready to go. They're going to reintroduce him as a character who's turned his back on America for Japan and do vignettes before him starting on TV. Who came up with this idea? And is that why he was wearing this kabuki mask when he returned?
I think it was a combination of a lot of things, frankly. His love of Japan, one, but to present him in a different way and get away from the Dr. Death stuff, because I think that the Dr. Death kick-ass guy, it's kind of tough to get back to that after losing the way that he did to Bart, which was unfortunate. And the idea, horrible idea, and I think it was Vince McMahon's idea to do something, and he was like going, God damn it, Bruce, you're the only one that can do this, and wanted me to basically be the manager for Dr. Death in a kabuki outfit and paint my face and do my hair black and cut half Japanese and half American in broken English promos. Yeah, I didn't say it was a good idea.
That's it's out of the book of bad ideas for sure.
Yeah, it just, it was one of those things of he needed a mouthpiece, wasn't a great promo, and in order to tell this story of America turning their back on him and him turning his back on America, you needed someone else to tell that story.
Is it a little, considering the whole Canada USA thing that Bret Hart and the Hart Foundation really set the business on fire with 2 years prior? Is this a little too carbon copy? But boy, there's definitely some quality loss when you go from the original to a first generation or whatever.
Well, the idea was to spin a story that Dr. Death couldn't get booked in the United States because he was too dangerous, and that, his country, they'd turn their back on him. He couldn't even get work here because he was too dangerous. However, the Japanese embraced him, so he's embracing Japan and using everything that he learned over there to become even more dangerous and become more of a force. It really wasn't a USA versus Japan deal. It was no one in the States would touch me because I was too dangerous. Right. Japan embraced me.
Right. Let's talk about when he actually gets back in the ring. He beats Bob Holly in a dark match, but apparently even though he gets the win, you guys see something you don't like, because he's sent to the WWF training camp to get quote unquote back into ring shape. And while he's at camp, he's going to have matches with Midian and Pierre, and Dr. Tom, I assume, is running these camps and giving you guys reports. Let's talk about that for a minute. What did you see when he came back from injury in this match with Holly that made you think, he ain't ready, he needs to go to camp? Is it just ring rust, or was he heavy, or what do you recall?
I think it was a confidence thing. I think it was that he had a lot of ring rust and maybe had lost some of his confidence. So it just wanted, get him back in the ring.
Power Pro Wrestling from Memphis would announce this match: Randy Hales, Baldo, Sean Stasiak, and Vic Grimes against Dr. Death, Steve Williams, Giant Silva, Tom Prichard, and what the hell is this? Bruce Prichard.
Main event anywhere on Beale Street.
Bruce Prichard in a wrestling match, standing across from Randy Hales, Baldo, Sean Stasiak, and Vic Grimes. What do you remember about this?
I remember going over, motherfucker.
You did.
I did. Big baby face. This you can point to this. This would be the one and only time in my entire career that I ever did anything as a baby face.
Well, one-time baby face, and with your brother, no less.
Yeah. It was fucking God. It was terrible.
What's the thinking here?
I don't know. I didn't book it.
God, we're trying to do a podcast, Bruce. Help me out.
Fucking Randy Hales thought it'd be great. I know. Like, what the fuck am I going to do, Randy? Well, you'll work with me. So what the fuck are you going to do, Randy?
You're a 3-time karate black belt Hall of Famer at that point.
Now I'm a 4-time black belt Hall of Famer, motherfucker.
But back then you were probably just 3, right?
98? 2 or 3, yeah.
Yeah.
At least 2.
So let's talk about Dr. Death. When he comes back to the WWF, he knocks Bart Gunn off the stage through a table, and he's wearing this kabuki mask.
Kabuki!
Hypothetically, you're sitting next to Vince McMahon, you're in Gorilla, he sees it. What's his reaction to seeing this?
Vince was probably doing goddamn commentary. I don't know. Fuck.
Does he have a strong reaction to the kabuki presentation? That's where I'm trying to get.
Are you there, boy? Are you a warrior?
Assassin is the word.
Assassin. I'm getting there.
Yeah.
I was assassinate. Anyway. Okay. Stunk. It stunk. I mean, what else are you gonna say? This is drizzling shits. It's Doc in a fucking kabuki mask.
Well, it lasts a whole week, and then the next week, Jim Ross returns and calls out Bart Gunn and blames him for his Bell's palsy attack, and slaps him before Williams comes out and German suplexes him and hits a backdrop driver. And Meltzer would call it one of the most distasteful segments since the Melanie Pillman interview. What'd you think of this? The idea being that we're going to make JR an evil manager of sorts, and we're going to have him blame other people on his Bell's palsy attack. Not great.
Well, I mean, two of those 3 aren't hard to do. I mean, they're based in reality, but, I hated it. I just hated it. I look, man, JR's friend and it was, yes, JR could be miserable and JR could cut promos on everybody and do all that shit and all this other stuff. But I just didn't feel that the audience would feel the same way. And that Doc, I didn't like the presentation. I just didn't like the presentation. Didn't like it. Nothing about it that I liked. Any way, shape, or form.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.